What is a passport bro, and are they really that bad? Hello, I'm Francesca, love dating and relates expert, and welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. And today I want to dive into just a shallow into passport bros, and specifically looking at some of the layers around it as this topic has become more viral. So first things first, what is a passport bro? So a passport bro is a man from the US. This may be happening in other countries as well, but right now it's a big phenom here in the US that either can work remotely, is a digital nomad, or flies overseas to date overseas to marry a foreign woman. And like I said, there are a couple different layers to this. And so we're just going to take a look. So that's what a passport bro is. And after reading this, it seems that the main reason we're doing so is that these men feel that African women aren't in what they necessarily want. It's kind of seen as an anti-feminist move, because these men are seeking more traditional roles for women, we'll say. And so it's gotten a lot of backlash, a lot of criticism, but then it's also gotten a lot of praise. But the reason that this is important is I think it does bring up several issues that I want to take a look at. Now, the idea of men dating foreign women, or even women dating foreign men, is nothing new. Like, that has gone on before borders were even created around the world. But I think we've all known somebody that has either dated or married, somebody from another country, whether because they moved to another country, they were there, or maybe they did the old-fashioned mail order type of thing. And I think a lot of images come to mind, and stereotypes come up around it. And it can be when we think about these things, we to make something bad, and want to classify, because as humans we want to put things in little boxes, because categorize something, then we know what it is, and then it makes us feel safe. And the truth is, I don't think you can necessarily put some of these things directly into boxes, and that's where these layers come in. I have worked with some men in the past that, were passport bros, but not necessarily from we'll say, healthy space. They, I would say, for lack of a better word, targeted women from certain countries because of their stereotypical belief that women in this country were more submissive, and it was more out of control. Like, they were the ones that were going to be in control because they had the money. These women, not necessarily as much. And they were the ones that were going to be in control of any visa paperwork, because they were both bringing these women back to the US. And so I think if you have seen or know of somebody that has done that automatically gives you this idea of what a passport bro is, and it leaves like a bad taste in your mouth, because, like I said, the energy behind it wasn't necessarily that they were looking for a balanced or healthy relationship. It was more out of control, and them being in control. And that is their own issue that they need to deal with. And I don't think it's good to necessarily generalize all men that do that as one way or as another way, because while there are patterns, people have their different reasons for doing what it is that they do. And what has been interesting around this topic is now there's a backlash of women that are upset that these men are leaving. But these men are saying these women didn't want us, so why are they upset? Fair point. If that's not somebody that you would see as a viable partner, why would you be upset then if they went out to search somebody that's a better fit for them? I have researched this for a while, and I think I still have more questions and answers to this. So it's fascinating to me. But I'm gonna use all the stuff that I've read to try to be as simple as possible. And here's what I know. The end of the day, when these men say when I watch their videos, that is the same as that they want to feel respected and appreciated, and they don't feel that they are getting that from the American women that they are dating. And super fascinating, because I did make that point in a video a while back about what men truly want from women. I will link that somewhere along here, maybe at the end, so that you can watch that if you feel so called and if it resonates with you, if you want a little more insight. And I think that is very typical of most people, but it's even more so for men than women. Men need to feel respected, they need to feel appreciated. And I think that women, especially, we'll say modern women, I know that that's a term, I'm just using a term that is used, don't at me. Modern women or westernized women are a lot more independent, and as different countries develop in their different stages, that independence has been encouraged, right? And there's nothing wrong with independence. But there's a line has been blurred between independence and being aggressive. Like, a woman can have her own job, she can earn her own money, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't necessarily need a man or want a man. But I think that somewhere along the line, that's where it gets blurred. And some women may then get aggressive and be like, well, I can do X, Y, and Z. What do I need you for? And that's a very off-putting energy. And then there goes that layer to, what do you really want out of a relationship? Or better said, what do you have to offer in a relationship? Like, it's all well and good to want to know what the other person can offer you, but then what are you offering? What do you have to add to the relationship? What do you contribute? So I'll just give some examples. We're in the dirt. Many moons ago, I had moved to I've lived in Spain twice. And so when I'm back, I was living with my fiance, and it's gonna go out for paperwork, etc. In the meantime, he was working full time, and so my contribution was to take care of the apartment, the cooking and cleaning, went to the grocery store, all those additional things. It did not make me less of a person. It did not make me any less independent. And then when I started to work full time, that's when we discussed how we would divvy up the chores. So I think that there's this idea that if you do, it's a misconception that if you do these more seen as traditional things, then you're not some baddie, or, you're not independent anymore, and this, that, and the other. And that is not the case. So let me just dispel that misconception. And so it's fascinating to me to see how things have kind of gotten twisted. And I think in the encouraging of women to become independent, it's like I said, there's this have lost there's a softness that women have, and men love and appreciate women for a lot of this that they aren't. It's a compliment. And I could probably talk for days about the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies, and this plays a part of it. There's women in attracting a partner need to create this welcoming, safe space, and respect goes both ways. And so I also want to mention the piece about respect. That seems to be one of the main pieces of the passport bros, is the not feeling respected, the not feeling appreciated. And I can't completely see that. I can see their point of view in some instances. But once again, I don't think it's good to just generalize a whole group and say, oh, well, women today and women under 30, they're just not respectful or this or that. Just like it's not fair to say that all passport bros are, creepy and it's about control. There's the same things, the same. There's good, there's bad, every shade in between, right? So people's reasons are in their evolution. But the key about and this goes for any quality that you want to attack, is you have to have it within yourself. And here is the key nugget. If you get nothing else out of this video, this is the key, is that someone can only respect you or love you or appreciate you to the degree that they respect, love, and appreciate themselves. Okay, because that's so super important, I'm going to say it again. A person can only respect, appreciate, and love you to the same degree that they love, appreciate, and respect themselves. So if you are a person and you feel constantly disrespected, like, it might take some time and crank up the courage dial to see where you may not be respecting yourself, because the outer world is simply a reflection of the inside. And if there's a disconnect, that's when you want to dive deep. And for example, I had a boss here who was a not very nice person. And this person was stressful to absolutely everybody. And because of my own path and growth and evolution, if I'm getting disrespected, my first instinct is be like, okay, super disrespectful. I'm going to crank up the courage dial. I'm going to go within and I'm going to see, okay, is there an area, or to what degree am I respecting myself or not respecting myself? And then I can also gauge and look at, once again, I'm going to use the outer world as a feedback loop. Are there other people in my world that are being disrespectful? And if the answer is no, then I'm like, okay, so this isn't about me. This is about this person. And this person doesn't respect themselves. So this person doesn't respect themselves. How can they be expected then to respect anybody else that they work with? I know maybe that got a little trippy for you, but just sit with it. let that marinate. And it's the same thing with love and appreciate, right? So I had a session client. It was amazing, and because I see, value and appreciate my gifts, my wisdom, and am in such awe and gratitude that at the session that was reflected in me. And she was in such gratitude for what we accomplished in the session and how she was feeling, and amazing. And then I got to receive it even more to a deeper level because it was being reflected back to me. So while I'm not trying to make this video all about me, it's just to give you an idea of that piece. So once again, you look within first with the respect, the love, the appreciation, all those things. And so, like I said, I don't think that there's an easy answer as to whether passport bros are good or bad. I think within any group, you are going to have a little bit of everything. But what I think is interesting are the layers that come up and the reasons behind that. And that to me is worth the discussion. So how are we promoting relationship in our society right now? How are we choosing to interact and engage with each other in relationship? And I will say that I think that time seems people are just looking at the superficial it's related. And relationships should be softer if there is a true connection, if there is clear communication and that respect and that trust. And wherever you can find that, go for it, because you can find it in any place and in the oddest of places sometimes, right? So think about, what you are looking for in a relationship or what you have in a relationship and how it serves you and how it supports you. Relationships shouldn't be struggle. They shouldn't be antagonistic. There should be no aggression. And so if you would like help shifting that, or if you would like more insights in pulling in an appropriate partner, it would be an honor to work with you and to support you. And I will leave a link down below in the description for you to sign up to book a session. And like I said, it would be an honor to support you. I do have all sorts of insights that I love sharing. And so let me know your thoughts in the comment. Like I said, this isn't necessarily to roll any, but to get the conversation going. So have you had experience with passport bros or peers and find their reasons for this phenomenon? And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe so that you are notified when my videos go live. I would greatly appreciate it. Share with your friends. Think they would enjoy my insights or my humor, the good times. And until next time, more love vibes to come. Ciao.